Sagittarius. There are days when we step out into the world with a familiar smile, yet deep inside, we carry a weight no one else can see. These past 3 weeks may have felt exactly like that. Something strange, something hazy, yet unmistakably real, has been wrapping itself around your mind like a thick layer of fog, making it hard for you to understand what you're truly facing. You've felt a restlessness you can't quite name, as if your body and your soul are no longer walking in the same rhythm. Your sleep has become fragile, your dreams broken into pieces, and your mind keeps running toward questions you've never dared to speak out loud. The universe always sends signals before a major shift arrives. But not every signal comes as a bright light or a clear message. Sometimes it comes as a long silence, as the nights when you wake up for no reason, your heart beating faster than it should, or the mornings when you catch your reflection in the mirror and wonder why your eyes look more tired than they did yesterday. You might think it's just stress, just the pressure of everyday life. But deeper than that, you are being guided into a journey that not everyone is given the chance to walk. Sagittarius, the heavy energy surrounding you is not here to frighten you. It's here to prepare you. Sometimes the universe needs to slow everything down so you can finally notice what you've been rushing past for too long. The subtle whispers of your body, the quiet worries that never had a name, that sense that something isn't quite right, even when you can't put it into words. That isn't weakness. It's your soul's intuition speaking up. A health-related event, either concerning you or someone bound to you by blood, is slowly moving into the orbit of your life, like distant thunder, not close enough to startle you, but no longer far enough to ignore. This is not a warning meant to terrify you. It's a reminder. Your body and your heart have been asking to be heard. Your busy life has pushed you into a pattern of trying too hard, carrying too much, and forgetting that you, too, are a human being who needs care. This journey, even though it begins with unease, is actually a door opening. The universe has never led Sagittarius into darkness without placing light on the other side. You were chosen to move through this phase because you have the strength to see deeper, to feel more honestly, and to heal not only yourself, but those you love. Let your body speak. Let your heart rest. Let your intuition lead, even if the road ahead is still unclear. There is a reason you've been feeling energy this intense. Everything is shifting quietly, guiding you toward a threshold of awakening. And Sagittarius, right when you think you've reached your limit, another signal will arrive, soft as the evening breeze, yet strong enough to make you pause and finally notice what you've overlooked for too long. The universe has been speaking to you all along. This time, its voice grows closer, clearer, so real that you can no longer turn away. And in that single moment of recognition, your entire story begins to transform. Gently, deeply, inevitably. So, let us keep moving forward, because something is waiting ahead. Something your heart has sensed for a long time, but never dared to name. Let the story unfold one more layer softly, like the breath of dawn. There are moments in life that make no sound at all, no warning, no sign. Yet somehow they become the turning points of an entire journey. Sagittarius, you are standing very close to one of those moments, a crossroads you didn't look for, but it found you with the quiet patience of the universe, as if everything had been arranged long ago, just waiting for the right second to reveal itself. In the weeks ahead, the path you walk will lead you to a place no one ever wants to visit. Yet somehow, everyone travels through at least once in their lifetime. The hospital. Just the sound of that word makes your heart tighten a little, doesn't it, Sagittarius? But here is the part you might not expect. What is coming toward you does not carry the weight of tragedy or the shadow of an ending. It feels more like a sudden rain after days of unbearable heat, a moment that startles you at first, but then leaves behind a cool, quiet relief you didn't realize you needed. Something in your body or in someone you deeply love has been whispering for far too long. A soft knock at the door, repeating itself in silence until you no longer have the luxury of ignoring it. This upcoming visit is the universe placing a steady hand on your shoulder and saying, "It's time. Time to look directly at what has frightened you. Time to bring what is unclear into the light." And yes, there will be tears. Not the bitter kind that comes from despair, but the kind your body releases when it has carried too much for too long, like stepping out of a dark room and suddenly being met with gentle sunlight. A feeling you can't name, only feel with your entire heart. Every tight muscle, every quiet fear, every unspoken worry will soften and begin to melt with those tears. Because what has terrified you all this time is not the truth itself. It's the stories your mind created in the lonely hours of the night. The whispered questions at 3 a.m., the moments you pressed your hand to your chest, wondering if you had missed something important. But the truth is far kinder than you imagined. It isn't here to punish you. It's here to free you. Picture the moment you step into that white room. Your heartbeat quickens. Your breath grows shallow. Then suddenly, a warm voice rises in the air. Not too loud, not too soft, just right. And every part of you begins to settle. Someone in a white coat will say exactly what your heart needs to hear, not what you fear hearing. Those words won't just ease your mind. They will show you how much fear you've been carrying that never truly belonged to you. And in that instant, you'll finally understand why your intuition has been ringing its quiet alarm, not to warn you of danger, but to guide you toward healing. As if the universe has been asking you to pause your rushing life for a moment and listen to your body, listen to your heart, and remember that your health is not just your own story. It is intertwined with the people you love. And when the hospital doors close behind you, you will walk back into the world with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Not because everything is perfect, but because you've finally seen the light hiding behind your fear. There are paths we only understand after we've walked through them. And from that moment on, a new current begins to flow into your life. Gentle, steady, like the morning sun stretching across the horizon. It doesn't arrive with noise. It doesn't rush toward you. It spreads softly, like a quiet whisper the universe sends your way, reminding you that every challenge carries within it a doorway to something better. And just when your heart begins to settle, after days of holding itself too tightly, another presence steps into your story. A bright note in the middle of an unfinished symphony. That is when the figure in white appears. Not as some mystical savior, but as a real human being who carries the calm you've forgotten how to hold. In the moments when your body and mind feel ready to collapse from exhaustion, you'll notice their silhouette standing nearby in that cold, sterile space you've always feared. And strangely, their presence won't make you tremble more. If anything, your heartbeat slows, your breath deepens, your shoulders finally sink, as if a weight you've been carrying for years has slipped off without warning. They won't need many words. Sometimes it will be just a few sentences, spoken in a warm, steady voice that breaks through the layers of worry you've wrapped around yourself. Perhaps it's a simple reassurance that things are not as bad as you feared. Maybe it's a clear explanation that helps you understand your body for the first time in a long time. Or maybe it's just the look in their eyes, honest and knowing, that sees the tension you've tried so hard to hide. And in that moment, Sagittarius, you will feel something you haven't allowed yourself to feel for ages. Safety. Not the kind that comes from perfect answers, but the kind that rises from the sense that someone is walking beside you, listening to you, seeing the parts of you you've kept quiet for too long. This person in white, doctor, nurse, technician, whoever they may be, becomes the steady place where you finally pause, draw a deep breath, and realize you do not have to fight alone. And when they speak the words that lift the weight from your chest, you'll feel as if you have stepped into a brighter, wider room. All those dark scenarios that once raced through your mind dissolve like thin smoke in the wind. You'll place a hand over your heart and wonder how fear managed to lead you so far from yourself. But this is not a moment for blame. It is a moment of awakening. A moment when you finally understand that both your body and your spirit deserve care, rooted in understanding, not fear. That moment becomes a marker in your spiritual journey, like a gray sky suddenly splitting open to reveal a narrow beam of light, quiet but certain, a reminder that the sun was never gone. It was only waiting for its chance to break through. A single sentence from a stranger, landing exactly where your heart is softest, gives you back your breath, your faith, and more than anything, your sense of self. And from that unexpected peace, your story begins to shift, gently, silently, but with meaning that grows stronger with every passing day. Because once the heart feels safe, it starts to open. And when it opens, it can finally receive what it was too overwhelmed to see before. And from that opening, another doorway appears, carrying the signals that only those as sensitive and as brave as Sagittarius can truly recognize. You'll start to feel something moving beneath the surface of your life, soft, like a breath of wind brushing across your skin, yet deep enough to make your heart tremble in a way you can't quite explain. It's no longer the feeling of uneasiness. It's warmer than that, gentler, like a quiet glow settling in your chest, as if someone has placed a hand on your shoulder and whispered that you are not walking this path alone. There are forms of protection that have no body, yet they stand clearer than anything your eyes can see. A spirit from your family, someone who once held your hand when you were small, someone whose laughter shaped your earliest memories, is stepping closer now, choosing to accompany you through this chapter of challenge. They may no longer exist in the physical world, but their love has never left you, not for a single breath. When exhaustion wraps around you, when you feel you cannot lift yourself one more time, their energy will hold you in a way only the heart can recognize. In the days ahead, you'll begin to notice signs you once dismissed as coincidence. But, Sagittarius, there is no coincidence here. A familiar scent drifting through the air, maybe the wind from the old house, the faint smell of a shirt once worn by someone you cherished, or the aroma of a childhood meal. Scents that seem to appear from nowhere, yet arrive at the exact moment your thoughts grow heavy. That is the gentle touch of their presence, reaching toward your soul, reminding you that they're watching every step you take. Then there will be dreams, not the scattered, broken images you're used to, but dreams so vivid you remember every word, every smile, every detail. They may not speak. Sometimes they simply stand there, smiling softly, or looking at you with the kind of love that doesn't need language anymore. Their appearance is not chance. It is a message, a quiet assurance that you are protected, guided, and lifted in the very moments you feel your weakest. And soon, old memories will return, not with heaviness, but like opening a keepsake box you forgot you had. You'll remember stories, lessons, the afternoons spent running under the sun, or those warm moments you once overlooked. Now, they become a thread connecting you back to your roots. You'll understand that the strength you carry is not yours alone. It flows from generations before you, from the ones who lived, fought, loved, and placed that courage in your blood. The universe never lets souls like yours fight in the dark by themselves, especially Sagittarius, the one who is strong for everyone else, yet rarely allows anyone to see how tired they truly are. This loved one draws near not to warn you, but to bring back a peace you've forgotten how to feel. They stand beside you within these quiet signs to tell you that this journey is not a journey of fear. It is a journey of connection, of love that outlives time, of light passed down from the hands that came before you. And as your heart begins to warm again from these hidden signals, another current starts to move through your life, as if the universe is opening a whisper meant only for you. Something approaching, carrying the shift you sensed from far away, long before you could see its shape. It feels like a faint light at the end of a long tunnel. At first, just a small glow, but the closer you walk, the clearer it becomes that this isn't an ending at all. It's a doorway quietly beginning to open. And as your breath steadies, as your heart finds its rhythm again, the universe places a new piece onto your path. A sign that is sharper, clearer, as if to tell you that every movement unfolding now has a purpose behind it. Within the next 7 days, a piece of information will touch your life in a way you never expected. It won't arrive with footsteps. It usually comes through familiar sounds, the ring of a phone in the middle of the afternoon, the soft chime of a message appearing on your screen right when you're trying to convince yourself that everything will eventually be okay. Sagittarius, it is often these small, quiet moments that carry the shift the universe has been preparing for you all along. This news will come from someone connected to the medical field. But what makes it meaningful is not the source itself. It's the way it clears your mind, like a room that suddenly fills with light. You have been exhausted, tired of guessing, tired of the fear looping through your thoughts each night. But this message, fast and unexpected, brings a clarity your heart has been craving. It settles over your worries like a gentle hand pressed against a rising wave, guiding the water back into calm. Picture the moment you pick up your phone and see their name appear. Your heartbeat will jump, because that is what humans do when facing the unknown. But then, with just a few simple words, you will realize how many things you misunderstood, how much you viewed through the lens of fear instead of through the truth itself. This news may not be coded in sweetness, but it brings a relief you didn't think was possible in the middle of such anxious days. And the most precious part of this message is not the content, it's the feeling that you are being guided again, placed back onto the right track. The universe speaks in many ways, and sometimes it chooses ordinary people to deliver extraordinary clarity. That person, whether a doctor, a medical worker, or someone you never expected to matter so much, will show you a path of light you didn't dare believe existed. Sagittarius, do you see it now? This journey you're on is not only about health, it is an inner evolution. Every sign, every call, every word spoken in this period is reshaping the way you move through your own life. It teaches patience. It teaches trust. It teaches that sometimes we must walk through the dark to finally see the light we've been searching for. And when that message reaches you, you'll feel as if you were standing on the edge and someone gently pulled you back to safety. Not because every danger has disappeared, but because you are no longer facing it alone. You are being given strength, clarity, a renewed sense of direction. And in this clarity, another movement from the universe begins. Soft, subtle, like footsteps echoing in a quiet room. Something waits ahead for you. A truth that has stayed silent for far too long, finally rising to the surface, creating a small ripple you will meet with every ounce of courage you carry. It isn't a violent wave. It doesn't come to drown you. It rises to wake you, to show you that some stories in a family line were wrapped up long ago, tucked away in a quiet corner, waiting for the right person to open them. And Sagittarius, that person is you. There is a secret about health that has been kept in your family for years, a fragment of memory the past didn't want to revisit. But time always finds a way to bring unspoken truths back to where they belong. This truth isn't here to add weight to your heart. It exists to explain the questions you haven't been able to answer, the symptoms, the sensations, the strange instincts you didn't know how to name. As this secret begins to surface, you'll feel everything fall into place. What was once blurry now has definition. What you dismissed as passing feelings becomes clues in a long story that the generation before you never had the courage to tell. You'll realize that all these years, your body was never working against you. It was speaking, trying to tell you something your family's soul has carried for a very long time. It may be a genetic factor, a shared health foundation, or a medical history that once caused someone in your family so much pain they chose silence instead of explanation. And that silence left you wandering through the uncertainty without a map. But silence never lasts forever. When the truth is finally placed on the table, light shines into corners that generations once avoided. It may shake you at first, but then comes a release. A quiet relief you didn't expect to feel. This truth helps you understand your body. It helps you protect yourself and the people you love. But deeper than that, it heals the wounds woven into the Sagittarius lineage. Every family carries stories that were never spoken. And when one generation is brave enough to face them, the old cycle finally begins to loosen its grip. Sagittarius has always been the sign gifted with courage, the kind that walks into places others fear to touch. And this time, that courage is not meant for battles outside of you. It is meant to shine inward, into your roots, into the origin of your strength and your pain. This journey will show you that healing is not just medication or rest. Healing is reconnecting with where you come from, understanding that some things you carry are not your fault. They are the inheritance of an entire lineage. And when you accept this truth, when you let it touch you without resistance, the universe sends a sensation both strange and familiar, like the warmth of a hand belonging to someone who once loved you deeply. And in that warmth, you'll understand something profound. You are not just healing yourself. You are returning light to the souls who lived before you, to those who never had the chance to speak their pain out loud. And from this revealed truth, another shift begins. Soft, but powerful, like a heartbeat, finding its rhythm after a moment of fear. A new presence is moving toward you, carrying the support you are about to need, not only in your body, but in your spirit. Someone is stepping into your journey, as if the universe placed them at the exact moment your Sagittarius heart finally opens to receive the care you have denied yourself for far too long. There will be a figure stepping into your path with the quiet grace of a first-season wind, not hurried, not loud, but carrying a depth of strength that makes you pause, look closer, and realize this is the person the universe chose to walk beside you through the hardest part of the road. A woman, not the kind who speaks over your fears or fills the silence with noise, but someone calm, dark-haired, steady-eyed, with a voice that can soften every storm you've been holding inside. Whether she is a doctor, a nurse, a health specialist, or a familiar woman from your own family, her presence will reach you in a way no one else could. Some people never need to prove their strength. Their energy speaks for them, and when she steps in, the space around you shifts. The heaviness you carried into the hospital begins to loosen. The thoughts that kept you awake at night start to quiet down. What remains is a strange, gentle peace, as if someone just lit a single candle in a dark room. What makes her extraordinary is not only knowledge or experience. It's the way she looks at you with the eyes of someone who understands the fear you never put into words. She won't rush to conclusions. She won't make you feel small. Her comfort arrives in simple ways. A brief question, a soft explanation, a slow, reassuring nod. And somehow, those small moments carry more power than any promise ever could. You might not realize it right away, but when you leave the room, you'll notice your heartbeat no longer racing, your hands not as cold, your mind suddenly clearer and lighter. And when her voice echoes back in your memory, you'll understand that some people appear in our lives at the exact second we need them. Not by chance, but through the delicate alignment of the universe itself. She will help you grasp the things you once only sensed vaguely. She will teach you how to listen to your body, how to care for yourself with the same kindness you've offered everyone else, while forgetting to offer it to your own heart. Under her guidance, you will learn to place yourself back into the circle of priority, not out of selfishness, but because it is the foundation of a long, healthy, meaningful life. And in a brief, tender moment, you might even see the outline of a loved one you've lost shimmer somewhere within her. Not because she resembles them, but because she carries the same energy. The energy of protection, of unconditional care, of the kind of embrace you once knew as a child. Sagittarius is strong, yes, but even the strongest souls need a place to rest their head when the weight becomes too much. And when you allow yourself to lean into her presence, to receive the care that the universe is offering you, something else begins to move quietly behind the curtain of life, like water rising before the tide turns, signaling the arrival of a new cycle, a cycle carrying the transformation you have waited for far longer than you've dared to admit. A new cycle is moving toward you, slow and steady, like a sunrise unfolding behind a distant mountain range while you're still standing in the last shadows of night. There are moments in life that don't need thunder to announce themselves. Sometimes all it takes is a small touch of warmth on the skin for you to know something deep inside you has already begun to change. And Sagittarius, you are standing right at the threshold of that change. What comes next is like crossing a long desert, not as punishment, but as preparation. A way for each step you take to grow steadier, stronger, a way for every drop of sweat to peel away another layer of the old self you no longer need. The desert may feel lonely. It may make you think you're walking against the wind, but it's that very emptiness that gives you room to hear the truest voice inside you. And then the 45th day will arrive, or the 48th, depending on how the universe chooses to touch your life. But it will arrive, soft as sunlight sliding across a morning windowsill. You'll feel the shift first, not in your body, but in the rhythm of your heart. It won't beat as heavily as before. It will feel clearer, calmer, as if every cell inside you is rearranging itself to match the version of you that you're becoming. Your mind will brighten like sunlight after rain, not a harsh, blinding light, but a warm one, golden, stretching across the ground and making everything easier to see. The things that once confused you suddenly make sense. The intuitions you were afraid to face become the missing pieces that reveal the whole picture of your life. Your health will recover too, quietly, naturally, the way a young sprout pushes through the soil after a storm. You'll feel your body respond better to every breath, every night of sleep, every step you take. It won't feel like a body enduring hardship anymore. It will feel like a body cooperating with you, joining you as you step into a new phase of living. Your heart will feel lighter in a way you may have forgotten. Light enough that when you place a hand on your chest, you can sense peace spreading through you. The fear you thought would follow you forever will fall away like mist dissolving under the sun. And you'll stop looking at the future with doubt. You'll look at it with hope, with gratitude for being here, for still walking forward, for still having the courage to live a meaningful life. Then your world will open, brighter, wider, more beautiful than before. Opportunities you thought weren't meant for you will begin to appear. Relationships that bring healing will find their way toward you. Plans you put aside out of fear will finally feel possible. It will be as if the universe is opening a larger doorway just for you, inviting you into a radiant chapter you never knew you deserved. And Sagittarius will understand, with every step you've taken, that every tear, every worry, every night you felt alone in the dark was actually a stepping stone toward the light. No pain was meaningless. No hardship came to break you. Every moment was part of the journey that shaped you into someone stronger, clearer, more alive. And when that sunrise truly touches you, you won't need to ask whether you deserve it. Your heart will answer for you. It will know you have walked far enough, carried enough, grown deep enough to stand in that light. And that light will walk with you into the next chapter of your life, where vitality, good fortune, and quiet peace rise and fall together like a song the universe composed for you alone.